Jeremy, the next Disney Star Wars show that we have on the way, after the incredible Obi-Wan Kenobi series, after the immaculate Book of Boba Fett, and after the incredible masterpiece that was Mandalorian Season 3, we got the Ahsoka series. The Ahsoka series is finally going to be here, one of your favorite Star Wars characters of all time, so I imagine you're really looking forward to this. Can you believe that this is the way they're marketing it? Ahsoka's female-led cast makes Star Wars history. Still, we are over a decade into Disney Star Wars at this point. And still, that's how we're trying to sell people on these things. It's still the first this, the first that. We're making history with this person's gender or skin color or sexuality. And Rosario Dawson's actually out there. We have this Bounding into Comics article making an interesting argument saying that basically the only reason that people like her character and other of these rebel female characters like Sabine and Hera is because they're women. Quote, because they had been so prominent female representation in a space that we don't really get to see women like that. And this is her argument for why people like those characters specifically. Nothing about the incredible journeys they went on as characters. Nothing about what makes them good characters in general, if you think that they're a good character. Simply because we hadn't seen a lot of women, so just because they're women, that's why they're popular. I, for one, have never been excited for the Ahsoka series for obvious reasons. But Jeremy, how do you feel? Do you feel like it's been marketing to you with statements like this?
Rosario Dawson, I know that there was like a lot of discussion around when that whole lawsuit happened with this trans person and everything like that. And a lot of people were, jumping on that story. And it's like Rosario Dawson is a psychopathic leftist. OK, she was like fake married to Cory Booker, I think, to, I guess, make people
She's
believe
Cory Booker's beard.
Yeah, to make people believe he wasn't gay or something like that. I don't know, whatever. So she is a psycho. She is a psycho. I've always liked Rosario Dawson. I've always liked her as an actress. I've always enjoyed most of the roles she's been in. I like her as Ahsoka. I thought she was a really good live action Ahsoka. It doesn't change the fact that she's a psychopath. No, you dumb bitch. This is not why Ahsoka is popular. If Rosario Dawson, if you actually knew anything about Ahsoka, you would know she was very hated when she was introduced into the Clone Wars. She was very hated.
Still is by some.
She was very hated by almost everybody in the beginning, though. And through storytelling, through character development, she earned a massive fan base through being a character that actually went through things. It wasn't because she was a woman. It was because she went through character development, something Disney Star Wars knows nothing about. So that is why she's popular. As far as Sabine and Hera, I mean, I don't even know if they're considered popular. They're okay characters, like background characters. Neither one of those characters are carrying their own film or their own series. It's just not happening. No one even knows who the fuck they are.
Yeah, that's one thing that I think is interesting when it comes to this is for this entire Ahsoka series, Dave Filoni came out and said, I don't consider this a Rebels sequel. But then Rosario Dawson came out and said, well, I think that Dave told me he basically considers this Rebels Season 5. For all intents and purposes, it is a Rebels sequel series. That's what this is. And if you go to the streaming service, you're like, what do I need to catch up for Ahsoka? It's like fucking 30 episodes, like a lot of them Clone Wars, a lot of them Rebels, that I think probably a big chunk of the target audience has never seen before. So I don't know how many people out there are going to be super familiar with these characters from Rebels when they pop up in the Ahsoka series. Yeah, probably. I feel like they probably should have done it animated, to be quite honest with you. I think that would have probably been way cheaper and probably more highly successful than what they're doing now, at least in comparison to what the type of money that they put into it. But Hera and Sabine, I don't think are household names.
They're not. They're not
when it
even
comes
close.
to Star Wars. Now,
Not
obviously,
close.
big-time fans, the people that watch it, the people that watch it on Disney XD, or the people that watched it or binged it when it got to Disney Plus, whatever. Obviously, those people are going to care a lot about those characters. But I just think as a whole, there's not really probably a ton there. I don't know exactly how they'll be depicted, if they'll do honor to the animated versions. I know you say you like Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka. I think she's a little bit too fucking bland. I think she sounds like she's in a cult. Like every other character that we have in all these Mandoverse things kind of sounds like they're in a cult too. It's just a monotone intonation. Whereas I feel like Ahsoka actually has some warmth to her and some spark. I don't get that from Rosario Dawson, but yeah, this to me is not the way that you should be probably marketing yet another Disney Star Wars show. Hey, by the way, guys, it's historic because we have so many women involved. Yeah, no shit. We've seen Disney Star Wars. We know that there's women involved.